instead of that chord. And, I never remember Sam, making those kind of suggestions. He was just listening for that sound.
Yeah.
And of course, then you mixed it as you went. Those guys, you didn't come back for a mixing session 2 days later. They mixed it right there on the spot.
Yeah.
So Sam, being the sound guy and knowing, see, this like the early Elvis, he knew that Elvis was okay, but he didn't have that thing. But when he heard him do That's All Right, Mama, he knew that he had to hit. And when he first heard Jerry, Crazy Arms, even though it was not a slick produced with all the instruments in tune and everything, and the licks with the metronome right on time, he loved it. And because you take that feel over perfection every time, because a record can be perfect if it doesn't have feel to it, you still don't have anything.
Yeah.
You might as well turn the metronome on it and keep time with the click tracks or whatever.
Sure.
So it's just, that's what makes it. You lose the human element of it.
Philadelphia baby, Philadelphia baby, standing at the station looking at the clock above. Philadelphia baby, waiting for the train to take me to the one I love. Philadelphia baby, Philadelphia baby, Philadelphia baby. Click, 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 clickety clack, click, 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 clickety back to my Philadelphia baby. Philadelphia baby. When we reach the city, I will see her standing there. Philadelphia baby. We'll put up the bandstand, have a rock and roll affair. Philadelphia baby. Philadelphia baby. Philadelphia baby. Click, 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 clickety clack, click, 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 taking me back to my Philadelphia baby. Philadelphia baby. Well, I hear the whistle blowing, the trains are coming in. I can't wait to hear the big wheel spin. I've got my ticket, I'm ready and so. Hey, Mr. Engineer, go man, go to my Philadelphia baby. Philadelphia baby. Now we started moving, I'm finally on my way. Philadelphia baby. Rockin' Philadelphia town, this time I'm gonna stay. Philadelphia baby. Philadelphia baby. Philadelphia baby. Click, 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 clickety clack, click, 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 taking me back to my Philadelphia baby. Philadelphia baby.
Recorded at Sun Studios, that is Charlie Rich with Philadelphia Baby. You also really connected with Roy Orbison during his time there. Do you have a favorite track that you played on with Roy?
Well, the biggest probably thing we did was Sweet and Easy to Love.
Okay.
And the backside of that was Devil Doll. But probably the most popular thing that came out of that was the Claudette, which was on a box set. I don't think it was ever on a 45, but the Everly Brothers recorded it, made a big smash hit out of it. But, I got to tour some with Roy, and that was a lot of fun. He was a very special person and had a voice like nobody else. I mean, he's another one of a kind. I'm a very fortunate guy to be able to play with such talented people like Orbison and Jerry Lee and record with Johnny Cash and Charlie Rich and those guys. They're just great voices and great musicians, great entertainers, man.
Well, hey, yeah, got a brand new baby and I feel so good. She loves me even better than I thought she would. I'm on my way to her house and I'm plumb out of bed. When I see her tonight, I'm gonna squeeze it to death. Claudette, a pretty little pet, Claudette, never make me fret, Claudette. She's the sweetest little girl that I ever met. Got the best love that I'll ever get, Claudette. Oh, Claudette. Well, I'm a lucky man, my baby treats me right. She gonna let me hug and kisses full of pride. Oh, when the date is over and we're at her front door, when she kissed me goodnight, I'll holler more, Claudette. A pretty little pet, Claudette. Never make me fret, Claudette. She's the sweetest little girl
You also played on Raunchy.
Yeah, I did play. I almost forget about Raunchy. That made it into the Grammy Hall of Fame along with a whole lot of shaking and Great Balls of Fire. So we got 3 Grammy Hall of Fame plaques on my wall, so that's a good thing. But Raunchy was a kind of an unexpected surprise, really. So with Bill Justice and his orchestra, which he trimmed that orchestra down to about 5 or 6 people.
Yeah.
That was kind of a unique thing at his time, and that was covered by 3 or 4 different big bands. So he got a lot of mileage out of that song.
Yeah, I always hear the story about when Paul McCartney is in the Quarrymen with John Lennon, and he's trying to get his mate George Harrison in the band, and it's like, hey, he knows how to play Raunchy. So it's amazing when you think about the effect that recording had. On generations to come. So,
I don't know if you saw the special that they did the other night. Well, not the other night, it's probably a year ago now. But they had a Beatle, had Ringo, and they had Paul McCartney. And they told that story, and they played a little bit of Raunchy. And then Ringo sung Matchbox, I think. And that was the only 2 records that they did that were not their own material. I thought that how unique was that? Those are 2 Sun records that the Beatles did out of all the whole concert was primarily about their stuff. But
yeah.
They threw those 2 songs in. I thought that was pretty neat.
It is pretty cool. It's actually pretty staggering, too, when you think about it. That's Bill Justice with Raunchy, featuring on drums our guest, J.M. Van Eaton. Now, you mentioned Johnny Cash. You played on Home of the Blues, I believe, didn't you?
Well, yeah, there was. They were trying to get him out of there. You know, he had already signed with Columbia, but he owed Sam a couple of albums, and they were. I guess the biggest thing we did was I Don't Like It, but I guess things happen that way.
Sure, absolutely.
And then we did a thing called Ballad of a Teenage Queen, about the candy store, Dream On, Teenage Queen.
Yeah.
And then, but one of mine that didn't do so well, but I guess I like because it's more like a rockabilly thing called Straight A's in Love.
Oh, that's a great song.
And so I thought that was pretty cool. And then, I can't remember all of them, to be quite honest about it, but I seemed like I was looking them up one day, and it's more than I thought.
Yeah.
Well, the reading and the writing and arithmetic never did get through to me. It ain't because I'm square or thick, 'cause I learned my ABC. But when I graduated from the grammar school and I moved one grade above, I began to be a snook at books, but I made straight A's in love. Now the teacher would say to learn your algebra, but I'd bring home C's and D's. How could I make an A when there's a swinging maid on the left and on the right and in the back and the front of me? Oh, my grades are low, on my card I know, but they ought to give me one above. If they'd give me a mark for learning in the dark, I'd have straight A's in love. Now in my senior year with graduation year, I did my homework every night. And when my mama said I ought to go to bed, I turned out all the lights. But my sweetie pie was waiting right outside. She'd be a cooing like a dove. Though I did my best, I failed semester test, but I made straight A's in love. Now the teacher would say, learn your algebra, but I'd bring home C's and D's. How could I make an A when there's a swinging maid on the left and on the right and in the back and the front of me? Oh, my grades are low, on my card I know, but they ought to give me one above. If they'd give me a mark for learning in the dark, I'd have straight A's in love.
Viva Las Vegas 19 is April 14th through the 17th at the Orleans Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, featuring guitar legend Dick Dale. Brian Setzer's Rockabilly Riot.
There's a rockin' in Brighton tonight. Rockin' in Brighton tonight.
The Polecats.
Make a second with me.
The Stars of Rockabilly Show with Sleepy LaBeef. The Doo-Wop All-Star Show with Bobby Hendricks, Jack Scott, Rocky Burnett, and Daryl Hyam. Big Sandy and his Fly Ride Boys. Dave Phillips and the Hot Rod Gang. Jay Milano, Restless, and over 50 more artists. But that's not all. Burlesque Show, Deke's Guitar Geek Show, Car Show, Burlesque Bingo, Pool Parties, and so much more. It's Viva Las Vegas 19. For tickets and information, go to vivalasvegas.net, and we'll see you there.
There's a rockin' in Brighton tonight.
Hi, this is Sonny Burgess of the Pacers, and I'm listening to my favorite hour of great music. It's a Rockabilly and Blues Radio Hour with Jammin' James Riley. That's Jim Riley.
Your source for rockabilly, blues, surf, roots, early country, and rock and roll. This is the Rockabilly and Blues Radio Hour. Hey, just a moment ago, we heard Johnny Cash with Straight A's in Love. Featuring on drums, our guest, J.M. Van Eaton. You also mentioned Charlie Rich, Lonely Weekends. I mean, just a classic.
Yeah. I played on that one with Charlie, and actually played on just about all of his stuff that he had down there. He had 2 or 3 records before he had Lonely Weekends. He had Rebound and Philadelphia Baby and
great song.
Different songs like that. But then we got over into the new studio, and he starts doing these things like Apple Blossom Time and some softer Juanita and these kind of songs,
Yeah.
But he was a writer, and Lonely Weekends was a pretty different little thing too, with that little double bass drum lick on there.
What a great tune.
I'll make it all right. From Monday morning to Friday night. Oh, those lonely weekends. Since you left me, I'm as